Watkins. I've got one here.
All right, welcome back to Court 4 here at Sewanee Sports Academy, the PSB Preseason Shootout. I'm Marcus Burnett. Got the pleasure of being joined on the mic by Kyle Moore, International Director of Scouting here for PSB, as well as Chris Watkins, who's taking a second from his Prospects Nation TV duties to join us here on the webcast. Fellas, we got Team Elite Pointer versus Georgia Pistols. Your thoughts on the matchup we're about to take part in?
Well, more than anything, I'm just excited to be in this three-man booth. This is the first three-man for me, summer basketball-wise. We haven't done one of these since felt like 2011. I mean, you talk about Asia Durr, Erica Cassell, Kayla Pointer, Meredith Schulte. There's definitely a lot of talent on this floor. This should be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to be here. You know, anytime I get to step over here on the mic, especially Mr. Kyle Moore, don't get to see him very often. He's only, traveling all around the world, watching basketball for the JumpOffPlus.com, and get a chance to really step into the booth and watch this matchup.
It's going to be a good one. As we're about ready to tip off, we've got Erica Cassell as well as Raven Johnson in there to tip it off. We're already underway. Looks like it'll be Team Elite Pointers ball out of bounds. Quinicia Morrison set to inbound the ball. Shots missed by Vicky Harris. It gives it ahead to Schulte. That's just one example of the type of defense this Team Elite Pointer squad plays.
Feisty group. They're a young group with a lot of talent, a lot of length, a lot of athleticism on the perimeter. Victoria Cook matched up early on Asia Durr. That should be pretty good. We'll keep an eye on that one, Marcus.
Cook, one of the better defenders you will find here in this field, as well as many others.
Her dad tweeted me and said she's the female Gary Payton.
You know, she had a huge play at the end of that last game they had. She's the one that dove on the floor late in the game and got the steal. You know, allowed them to get the side inbounds for Kayla Pointer to drive it and dish it right at the buzzer in the earlier rounds.
That's what she does, but the only difference between her and Gary Payton is that she's not talking enough. I don't think you heard a quiet moment on the court with the glove out there.
That's the truth. I like the matchup inside with Vicky Harris, 2015 kid, being recruited by SEC and ACC schools, on Erica Cassell, probably one of the best 2016 post players in the country, as she finishes that layup through contact.
Watkins, I think you know a little bit about Cassell's game, given the Watkins family tree.
Yeah, you know, had a great year. She came back towards the second half of the season off that ACL tear, and she's still getting her legs, up under. It's a confidence issue, but, just a great kid. She's always motivating her teammates, and I like that play right there that she just made on Vicky. She wouldn't have made last weekend. She's getting more comfortable.
Cassell, number 11 in the spiffy gray jerseys here for Team Pointer Elite. Pistol set to inbound the ball. That's Tierica Eason getting it in to Raven Johnson. Johnson loses it. They're going to say it was touched by Team Pointer Elite. She gets it over to Eason. Schulte too strong on the three-pointer. Here comes Morrison the other way.
The Pistols are going to need Schulte to be a reliable three-point threat from the perimeter in this game and obviously next weekend as they move forward.
Working inside, little high-low action. Autumn Newby going to get her first trip to the free throw line. Looks like the foul goes against Schulte.
Newby's one I'm definitely going to like to watch here, over the next 3 years. My first time to watch her was in the state championship game, and then we were able to see her a couple weekends ago, and just how she's going to be a big-time player to definitely watch.
Definitely.
Had her older sister, Madison Newby, on Prospects Nation TV in the first game as well. Actually, her sister, we'll be seeing her in this game shortly. But for right now, we've got that three-pointer knocked down by Morrison.
Yeah, you're right. You got the, as Morrison knocks down that three, 2017 prospect, averaged 22 points per game in high school, but both newbie sisters in this game playing against each other.
Inside for Cassell.
3 seconds. That pass was a little too much air under it. It had to wait on it. Would have been nice to zip that to her and let her just get up and finish.
Here's Durr with it. Rare loss of the handle, but she gets it to Harris. Now Schulte gets it to a cutting Johnson. Too short on the layup. Cassell and Johnson tied up. We'll have a jump ball that'll stay with the Pistols. A lot of talent on the floor, fellas, but you know, when you talk about Pistols Martin as well as Coach Pointer, you've got some good talent on the sidelines as well coaching.
For sure. You talk about 2 strong Atlanta AAU programs as Kayla Pointer gets a steal and finishes. May have been some contact there, no call, but nice finish there from Kayla Pointer.
Love that weight room finish right there. She went to the rack with an approach of, hey, if they call a foul, great. If not, I'm going to look to finish through contact regardless. Can always appreciate that. Almost a Prospects Nation TV worthy highlight there, huh, Chris?
You know, I think that might be one of those things we try to go ahead and squeeze in there, maybe as a play of the day here. Looking tomorrow on ProspectsNation.com.
Look for it. Might be on there. But going back 2 possessions ago, you talk about Zatoria Cook got the task of guarding the #1 2015 prospect in the country, Asia Durr, and gets to that ball screen and she kind of dives a little bit. That's one of those things as a defender, you talk about traits and kids that stick to ball screens, kids that stick to down screens. You've got to fight over that screen, especially when you're guarding a kid like Asia Durr.
Durr number 25 in the white jerseys for the Pistols. Cassell off on the first free throw. Also into the game now, the older sister of Autumn Newby, Madison Newby, in for the Pistols. She's number 20. No, correction, she's wearing number 3 today.
Madison Newby, a kid that's headed to Georgia State, 2015 prospect, had a meal with assistant coach Jocelyn Wyatt at the Final Four, and she's excited to get Madison on campus and get to working with her. I'm sure they're going to try to get her talented 2017 sister down there at GSU as well.
Newby's a big reason why Archer High School was able to get to that state championship game, with them being a relatively new school, one of the newer additions to Gwinnett. And definitely enjoying that success fairly early.
Yeah, they've got talent across the board over there, and they've got it in the 8th grade class and the 9th grade class. They're definitely going to be a team that here in the state of Georgia people are going to be hearing about for quite a long time.
When it comes to specialties, Kyle, any specialties out there from the different, rosters on both of these teams that you kind of see when you look at this game?
I mean, Erica Cassell, and I'm probably going to talk about her a lot in this broadcast, but in my opinion, she's the best rebounder in the class of 2016. Kid that, as Chris alluded to earlier, as Madison Newby initiates the offense, and it's a little half-court trap here. She's a kid coming back from an ACL, but has the potential to be a top 10, top 15 McDonald's All-American type talent in that 16 class.
Harris gets that rebound, gets it over to Newby. You gotta watch it when you're talking about usual suspects on the court. Number 23, Quenisha Morrison is one of them. She does a great job picking pockets out there.
Bundle of energy. She's a bundle of energy.
Here's Eason. Gets it over to Durr. Durr guarded by Woolfolk.
Little run and jump at Durr, which I like a lot. For some of these other kids to be the kids that make plays.
What's going to be interesting to watch throughout this game is the number of defenders that they're going to throw at Durr. This elite team is so deep at the guard position, that they're going to be able to throw a fresh defender on her the whole game.
Exactly.
And knowing Durr's not going to quit going after it.
Ball saved by Cook. Cassell gets it to Pointer. Now Pointer going for Woolfolk, a little bit too tall It'll go back over to the Pistols.
That's the one thing about playing. They love her game. Athletic young guard, plays with energy. She's got some Russ Smith to her game though, where she can keep you in the game and keep the other team in the game as well. Got to be a little bit more cautious with the ball, a little bit more conservative with her approach.
Bullet pass inside there. Unable to hold on to it, and here comes Morrison the other way for Pointer Elite.
Morrison in attack mode.
Loose ball, who's going to come up with it? It'll be Eason.
Tierra Eason is a prospect that has already set dates for official visits to schools like Princeton and Penn and Columbia. So you're talking about a kid that the Ivy League schools are all over, that will be a potential impact Ivy League recruit. Where every year there's 3 or 4 Ivy League recruits in that top 150, kids that say, yeah, I'm being recruited by an ACC or an SEC or a Big Ten school, but I want to go I want to go get an education. I want to go and not only be able to play basketball at a high level, but to get a high level of degree. So you've got to enjoy a prospect that chooses that route.
Most definitely. We've got 2 substitutions by Team Elite Pointer in the game. Number 1, Akia Harris, as well as number 12, Kiera Johnson-Graham, who's often a spark plug inside off the bench for Pointer Elite.
Graham, a hustle kid, high energy, going to do all the little things to help teams win games. Harris goes to work here.
You know, although she got blocked right there, I really love Akia Harris's game. The development, you know, even from this summer to now. And I was actually talking to her father earlier, you know, about how well she's been playing. He was honest. He knows that the depth and the level of the guard position, if she can't produce, that she won't be in the game and she'll be on the bench, you know. So you know she is trying to work to continually get better.
Exactly.
You see our defending newbie there. Unable to thwart that scoring attempt by Newbie. She got a 5-9 ball game.
So far, Durr's been held scoreless, but it's been Newbie and Eason that have been the offense for the Pistols, as Morrison misses that 3 despite hitting one earlier. Follows up and misses that one. Thought the refs might have missed that one. Might have been off of White.
9:55 left to play here in the first half. Getting inside, Eason with the acrobatic catch. Tries to get it to Durr in the corner. Unfortunately, right there is Jada Lewis. Here comes Woolfolk the other way for Team Pointer.
That shot right there is usually one that Jada Lewis wouldn't have turned down from the top of the key. Does a fantastic job. She actually plays at McEachern with Taya Cooper over there, won a state championship versus the Archer team that the 2 Newbie sisters play on.
We were just talking about it earlier. You've got a lot of state finalists, runner-ups, and Final Four members on the state championships being represented on these teams, and really in a lot of the matchups here at the preseason shootout. Morrison brings it back out up top. Both teams kind of playing somewhat small ball here right now.
Interesting, the Pistols, it's Durr attacks, pull-up jumper. Good.
Getting the bounce is Durr. Johnson Graham running the floor. She'll be sent to the free throw line.
You know, that shot that Durr hit, when you talk about her ability to just hit shots, you know, whether it be able to pull up or get all the way to the rim, she's, you know, one of the best, not the best in the country, being able to just stop and pop anywhere and pull up.
For sure, for sure. It's definitely a feature of her game that makes her very smooth. You know, you talk about Durr on this team as the #1 prospect in the country, but Ayanna Mitchell, another top 2015 prospect, is not here today, so they definitely will be missing her. Just looking for her on the bench and looking for her in the game, and she is yet to check in because she's not here.
Yeah, she was there in the semifinal matchup. So the Pistols will have to try to get this championship done without her. They currently trail by 1. Newbie weaving through the defense.
Her sister almost got that block. You got to stop Morrison. And, ooh, that's a block by Raven Johnson.
I think Johnson agreed with you on having to stop Morrison, judging by her defense on that play.
You know, Raven Johnson is one that this summer is going to be big for her. You know, where she's especially being on this team with the Pistols, being able to play alongside Durr, you know, be a player to really watch, to have some big games, really grow her recruitment. Had a very good high school season. Has been always seeing a lot more of just a slash. She can really get to the rim, going with her right hand. She's been trying to work, develop on that mid-range stop and pop.
Nothing like that mid-range stop and pop. I mean, you see an instance to where Morrison has really been able to kind of get into the heart of the defense multiple times. But in certain instances, it's kind of over-penetrated to where she's put herself in a certain position. Being able to stop and pop that jumper, like we saw Durr do a couple possessions ago, can be the difference between a bucket or a turnover. So it's a 2-point advantage now for Team Elite Pointer. Durr to Henry. Henry loses it. Newbie off on the three-pointer.
I mean, we're here, I believe that's the 4th defender they've had on Durr here in this first half. You know, so it's going to be one of those. Anybody that's seen Durr, you know she's going to go on a run here eventually, no matter who they've got on her.
One thing they've done, she never sees only one. As soon as you see that one, you know, she's got a second defender coming right at her, like Kyle mentioned earlier, really making the other players have to beat them.
Exactly. Nice move inside from Autumn Newbie. Vicky Harris picks up a foul there. Vicky Harris, without Ayanna Mitchell here, she's got her hands full. You know, as soon as Erica Cassell goes to the bench, we'll bring in Autumn Newbie, a top 2017 post player. She misses that one pretty short. Right on cue, Erica Cassell comes in, so now we've got a little twin tower action. Cassell and Newbie inside.
On top of Kiera Johnson-Graham, who, you know, is very versatile. She can be in multiple areas, but she's going to be in there on the glass as well.
Yeah, the Pistols playing with a lot of size on the floor right now.
All back over to Team Pointer Elite. The PSB Spring Showdown champions defeated Central Florida Elite in that championship matchup. Newbie working inside. Too far up under the rim. Again, Johnson-Graham's in there. Johnson-Graham going to get called for the travel.
Ref's letting them play.
Yeah.
You know, and you see Victoria's positioning there. A lot of, when you watch NBA games, they talk about Roy Hibbett, they built straight upness.
Wall off.
You know, being able to just alter shots. And even though she blocked the first shot, she did a great job there, standing straight up. They end up getting the ball back.
They've got it back as they trail by 2, 6:50 and counting left to play here in the first half. Schulte to Johnson. Johnson with the elbow jumper. Oh, good, and here comes Lewis. Nice save right there. Durr to Johnson. Johnson and Schulte. We'll see what the Pistols can do with it. Give it to Cassell is what they do on that possession.
You know, if you're the Georgia Pistols with Asia Durr, a kid that you know, if you can get her in the half court, you can run some stuff and get her quality shots, she can score for you. I don't know that you want to get into this frantic up and down pace and style of the game as much as you want to try to get the ball over half court and try to run good offense. I think if you're pulling Team Elite, you want to get up and down, you want to press, you want to have as many opportunities to get easy baskets because you're not as good of a half-court team. You're younger. You need the opportunity to kind of get some 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, and some advantages in transition. So this style of game right now is definitely playing in the Team Elite's hands.
That pass brought in by Schulte, who tries to go behind the back but loses it.
And then, as you can kind of see there, Harris picks up her second foul, which is something we're going to have to watch. But, you know, if you're the Pistols, you've got to slow this game down. And I think that's one of those things where you look at their team. Tierica Easton's on the bench, Madison Newby's on the bench. You got Asia Durr playing the point, who's Durr is so scoring-minded, controlling tempo, controlling pace, necessarily on her strong suits.
You know, and you can't go a possession without her getting the ball down the offensive end. Every time you lose an offensive possession when you got one of the best players in the country, where you can have her, whether it come off a ball screen, come off a down screen, and look to make a play,
exactly.
You miss out on that in possessions like that last possession they had.
You talked about Schulte needing to be able to knock down that outside jumper, you know, to be able to create more space and kind of alleviate some of the pressure they're applying to Durr. Makes a big difference when you've got somebody you've got to pay attention to out there as far as knocking down the three ball. Tough shot, not tough enough as Durr knocks down the pull-up.
And that's basically been her game so far offensively, knocking down pull-up jumpers.
Her most recent pull-up makes it 11-11. Here's Cassell trying to work inside. No good. Here comes Durr. Pistols looking to run. Gets it to Johnson. Nice block by Morrison.
You gotta love Morrison's game. That's a kid, you know, you talk about two-way wings and two-way guards, kids that can defend at a high level and give you offense. She's right up there as a 2017 prospect. You know, she's gonna make a big name for herself and bring a lot of value as a two-way prospect.
Here's Durr. She's got two of the better defenders in the tournament on her, and she's going to be fouled there. Looks like it's going to go against Cook.
But again, I don't know if you're the Pistols, how much do you want Durr having to make plays for other people? You want her catching the ball, scoring position, 1-2 dribble, score the ball. She's got to be set up more.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want her playing the point 20 minutes, 30 minutes in this game.
I'll answer that question for you. You don't. She has to exert so much energy just to try to get around the two defenders that they're throwing at her.
Exactly. In this side of this zone work that Team Elite had just put up, I would have had her in the middle, put her right at the high post, and force them to be. Nice move there from Kayla Pointer. She misses it long.
They're going to be hard to keep her from scoring in that type of scenario right there.
That's one of the things she does a great job of. She's got such great body control. You know, her shoulders are always even when she's finishing through contact. She's never leaning too much, or she just has such great body control.
She puts the Pistols up by 2.
Ooh, double dribble there from India Jones. I don't know if you want her. Again, Tierica Easton is over there on the bench, point guard. I think the longer the Pistols play without her, as you see, the harder it is for them to get good decision making from that guard spot as she gets up and heads to the table. If you're not going to play Easton, you got to play Madison Newby. I don't know if you can have both of them sitting on the bench.
Yep.
And then have Durr get so worn out in the first half, just having to handle and make plays.
Exactly.
Newby out to Cook.
Nice
Good
block.
use of the shot fake, but yeah, like you said, great recovery there by India Jones to get the block. Easton comes in. India Jones gets a breather.
India Jones, you know, over at Brookwood this year had a fantastic season for them. Even though the team struggled, she definitely had some huge games. You know, even had a triple-double at one point during the season.
Pretty bad pick and roll defense there from the Pistols. No hedge, going under the screen, so basically got screened twice by her teammate Indigo setting the ball screen as Meredith Schulte knocks down a 3 from the corner. That's one of those things, though, with that pick and roll defense. That will hurt you later in the game. As if I was team elite, I'd go right back to that play.
First one's missed. Can't say it about the second.
Autumn Newby. Newby as a 2017 kid right now. Most of her offense is going to be just through energy. Her skill set still developing. But she's definitely a prospect that is high on a lot of people's radar.
We talked about that Archer program earlier. You got an Autumn Newby there inside, then you got a Lindsay Marchese, who we've seen on some of our earlier webcasts. What she brings inside, very potent punch there for the Archer Tigers.
And good defense there by Team Elite as they just sent bodies at Asia Durr, just making everything she does hard. Just limit her easy basket. She's a great player. She's going to score. But just how hard can we make it? How much work is she going to have to do to get her buckets?
Yeah. 1 point advantage for the Pistols. Here's Morrison. See back out top to Pointer. Floater by Morrison. She's going to get called for the offensive foul.
Probably a little too much dribbling there from Morrison. You know, you gotta like what she's done today, but that possession probably needed to. Didn't really have anything. Was trying to back down and get another angle. Just move the ball and see what else you can get.
Here's Durr. Pass it over to Eason. No good. Autumn Newby snatches the rebound out of there.
You know, Marcus, the Pistols have run that dribble handoff with Durr at the point. I would love for them to run it maybe on the left side of the floor with Durr in the corner, allow Durr to come off hard, let Eason make that handoff, and now you've got the best player in the country with her strong hand coming to the weak side of the floor. That's going to be trouble.
Yeah, and you can trust her ability to read that and do what's best based on that. I couldn't agree with you more.
Would have been a big three there by Pointer.
Yeah, got to guard her there. That's one of those you don't want to give Asia Durr step-in threes no matter where she's shooting from.
That's for sure.
You got to know where she is the second she comes across the timeline.
I think Victoria Cook is getting, as Durr misses that jumper. Look at that pass. Oh! You got to love the newbie. Two dribble bust out, initiate the break, do a good bounce pass there. Just wasn't caught. But going back to Victoria Cook guarding Asia Durr, she can't leave her. I don't care if there's an opportunity to go get a steal. You're guarding the #1 player in the country. You've got to stay with her. Can't cheat.
What's funny about that is that for the most part, they've been doing just that, sticking with her. And it was like Durr kind of recognized, wait, they've actually left me open for a second.
Exactly. Stick with the game plan, kid.
We're under the 30-second mark. 1 point advantage for the Pistols. Asia Durr with the ball. Gonna try for three. Count it.
Again, you let that play. Cook went under that ball screen, had a good hedge, but she shouldn't have went under. Fight over top with that hedge. Get that soft trap for a second, get through. Don't let Asia Durr get too many cracks at the basket. Morrison for three. Don't know that.
That's going to do it for the first half. Your thoughts, Chris?
You know what I liked about that last possession? We've been talking about the dribble handoff. They put Durr in a really good set. She was able to come off the first ball screen off Victoria Harris, who took up so much space. Yep. And then she was able, and that's where Cook got called in that in-between. You know, it's hard to guard both ball screens.
Yep.
And then Durr gets a wide open look.
And we've got halftime. We'll take a short break, and when we get back, we'll bring you the second half. PSB preseason shootout here on Prospects Nation TV. ready to start the second half here. This is the StephenPeckPSB Bracket Championship here at the preseason shootout. Fellas, going into this second half, I want you to give me a couple dynamics that you're looking for based on how the first half went, and what do you think are going to be keys to decide the victor of this one here in the second half. Let's start with you, Chris.
I mean, I think it's going to be the tempo of the game. You know, Kyle talked about it a lot in the first half. If Team Elite gets where they can get a couple buckets and get in the press, I think it's going to hurt the Pistols because they're going to have to take the ball out of Durr's hands to break the press. And now are her teammates will be able to make plays on the other end when you've got Erica Cassell and Autumn Newby in the back around the rim at the back of the press.
Yeah, I agree, Chris. I think if you're the Pistols and you're in that huddle, you've got to talk about how we can get Asia Durr a quality number of good shots. What do we need to do to get her easy baskets? And if you're Team Elite, how can we get the ball out of her hands? You know, right now I think it's Asia Durr 9 or 11 points for Durr, and the rest of the team has 8. You know, I would say is my unofficial split. So, you know, this 19-15 at halftime, how can we keep Asia Durr under 20 points and make other kids score? I think that's kind of if you're Team Elite, that's the recipe for success, is Kayla Poiter initiates the second half.
Gets it over to Cook.
Look to see Erica Cassell was in a little bit of foul trouble in that first half, but look for her to get going. Vicki Harris rotates over to block her shot.
Unofficially about the 3rd or 4th block for Harris so far here in this game.
There you can see it. I mean, Cassell's strength is definitely rebounding, but she's also a kid that can score from the low block, the high post. Talked to her a little bit at Elite 40, at the Elite 40, top 40 workout about her working on her perimeter jumper. She still misses one short. But again, just another open quality look for Asia Durr.
And that's one of those you don't want to have. You know, that could be the nail in the coffin late in the game.
Exactly.
You know, Pistols are up 2, you leave Durr open, they're going to go up 5 late in the minute, and that's something you don't want to happen.
Yeah.
That's definitely something Coach Pointer will make sure he gets on to Cook about.
Schulte, she had 1 3-pointer in the first half, unable to get her first of the second there. Comes Pointer, gets it up, head to Cook. Back to Pointer. Like Schulte going to be called for the foul there.
Well, I think one of the things that's interesting is you talk about the Pistols being a team of predominantly juniors and Team Elite being a team of mostly freshmen and sophomores, high school age-wise. And the team that has been better defensively this half, or this game, has been Team Elite. As far as pick and roll coverage and hedging ball screens and getting back and getting matched up. I mean, a lot of what Team Elite, as Kayla Pointer got that, you know, outlet, 45, 50-foot outlet pass, and she's able to run the flank of the court. Erica Cassell gets an offensive rebound. But she was able to run the length of the court and get the ball back with no one guarding her.
By the way, that last foul against the Pistols, I thought it was Schulte. It was actually Victoria Harris, and that's her 4th foul, so she's going to have to sit for it.
That's a big storyline with both Autumn Newby and Erica Cassell just got taken out, but Team Elite size in that front line, that's a big storyline.
So we'll see how the Pistols respond. They currently have a 1-point advantage. Pointer with it up top.
I don't like Team Elite trying to initiate that high-low pass from that far out. You either want to get that right above the free throw line or just initiate that post entry pass, foul line extended behind the 3-point line.
It's actually the second time they've ran this set. They tried to run the same thing in the first half. It was also unsuccessful. Definitely a good thought. But, you know, like you said, Kyle, you got to get better in that high-low. That's too hard of an angle of a pass to make.
Well, I mean, that becomes almost a 17, 18-foot pass. And you definitely don't want to give Asia Durr open looks off a baseline out of bounds.
Temporary miss there for Durr. Here's Morrison. Wolf works to the inside, loses the handle, but brings it back out.
Right back to the same set.
Team Pointer being patient here.
Going. Finally got that high-low set. As Autumn newbie, the younger of the two newbies, finishes inside. And without, looks like Vicki Harris is getting up and she's going back in with her fourth foul. But without Ayanna Mitchell, the pistol showing some chinks in the armor as they just really struggle to guard post players.
You know, that was the first time in that high-low set. It was more of a lob inside as opposed to a bullet pass.
Exactly. Erica Cassell checks in for Autumn Newby. And if I was Lanny Martin, I would not be excited about that matchup, as Cassell could easily make Harris pick up her fifth foul. 6 fouls here for disqualification, but with 12 minutes to go, you don't want your post player with 5.
Harris with the ball inside.
Good defense there from Cassell. Just challenged the shot, made it difficult. But again, talked about, like, if I'm the Pistols, I'm upset with our defensive effort. Nobody gets back, missed layup, offensive rebound attempt. We're the older team. These are the things we're supposed to be able to capitalize on. Let's not make little mistakes and keep the young kids in the game. Let's do the little things. Let's do those perfect so that some of our age and some of our experience can shine through.
Nobody yelled wolf on that last play as Morrison was able to hawk that ball down, get the back tap with Durr and able to steal that ball. Morrison, just like you said, a bundle of energy pretty much summarizes it.
And let's call it what it is. Durr didn't get back on defense, so that's why Durr was wide open at half court to get the ball and eventually get it stolen from her. She's got to get back as well.
She does. Definitely see this team lead pointer pressure taking a toll on her. And you look at it from a standpoint if they want to win this game, Kyle, but also from a bigger picture standpoint, you better believe Coach Martin is also thinking about Boo Williams next week and kind of fine-tuning things as they get ready to go up there. And we're going to definitely have more production, from the supporting cast here for this Pistols team.
Well, that won't be an easy trip. It will not be an easy trip. Talk about a team that won it last year. They're going to have that bullseye on their back.
We'll see what Team Elite's going to run here out of the timeout. Coach Pointer really does a fantastic job putting his team in a good position to score, especially out of timeouts. Got a little bit of a 1-4 high look.
Kayla needs to get through if they're going to run that ball screen. Too much help her standing at the top of the key. Looks like they've transitioned to a different set. Nice athletic play there. Nice play in there.
One thing I like about Kayla Pointer at the point guard position, she does a good job of getting them in the set. She doesn't rush it. She'll back it back out. She was able to get them in a different set when the first one wasn't successful.
And that's the thing where, talk about 2017 point guard. If she can manage to figure out how to take care of those turnovers, all the other things are there. She's a decent perimeter shooter. She's a good on-ball defender. What she brings to the table as far as projecting to the next level, it's definitely noteworthy.
Sale calling for it inside. Gets it out to Pointer. Pointer for 3 from the corner. Another rebound by Harris. Nice pass right there by Durr to finish by Easton.
That was out of her right hand, so, she put it one dribble right in the air.
That's another one of the things that she does so well. Talk about a left-handed kid who throws right-handed passes 15, 20, 25 feet on a line. But I think until you see her in person and stand next to Asia Durr, you don't realize how strong her shoulders are, how just well built she is for a 5'9", 5'10" scoring guard. She's going to translate so well to the next level. You know, you talk about a Jewel Lloyd or an Alexis Jones, or Jewel Lloyd at Notre Dame, Alexis Jones at Duke. She fits that mold perfectly.
You've been the international director of scouting, the emphasis on international. You know, you've been able to see basketball on different continents, different countries, and also Durr being a part of that USA team. You know, your thoughts on that experience. I know we had Chris Hansen down there in person, I believe, but your thoughts on how that experience definitely helped her continue to get better.
Look, one thing I think about international play that people don't realize is the level of scouting that goes into that style of basketball. I think, you know, as the Pistols initiate their offense, to be brief, those teams are talking scouting and how we're going to guard stuff, how we're going to play different actions, what different teams do. So what it does ultimately is Durr finishes through contact. Took a hard spill there. But one of the things, little confusion here from the official. Coaching staff wanted a foul there, but to be quick, it heightens kids' mental ability to play the game. I've now experienced almost a graduate course on how to play basketball, so when you come back to high school classes, they're so much easier.
23-23 ball game after that Durr bucket. She's going to have a seat. We'll see how long it's for. As Harris misses that three from the corner, rebound by Raven Johnson.
You know, you think this is a point in the game with Durr, you know, coming out after that last attack to the rim where she took a little bit of a bump. Team Elite will want to go on a run here, see if they can put some points up while she's out, because when you get in that last 2-3 minute range, there's not another player in the country you want with the ball.
Exactly.
Johnson Brown with the rebound. Tries to get that to Morrison. Eason breaks the pass up.
I think that weekends like this are big for Raven Johnson. Talk about going into Boo Williams next weekend. She's got to figure out what her niche is on this team. Is she going to be a second or third scorer? Is she going to be a defender? We haven't really mentioned her name too much tonight. And that's definitely something that's going to have to change for them to be successful next weekend.
Yeah. Part of the role for Victoria Harris here for the Pistols, number 40 in the white jersey, has been blocking shots. She's got at least 5 blocks here in this game. You see Raven Johnson get the bucket there to make it a 2-point advantage for the Pistols.
A little showtime there from Victoria Cook, but I'm not sure it's what they needed.
You know,
quick shots.
Even on that possession, she spins, and we talk about walling up. Victoria Harris is just right there. So her presence on the defensive end and the ability to alter shots. You know, her offense is something that's continuing to grow and continue to develop the last couple years, and she'll obviously continue to grow at the next level.
Agreed.
Johnson knifing through the defense and one.
She must have been listening to the broadcast.
But no, I mean, I think that's definitely, Raven Johnson is a kid with the ability. And we talked a little bit earlier today about kids that just tend to not have that killer, not have that edge. She's going to have to play, especially for this next 9-10 days. She's going to have to play with an edge to her and not fall to the back. Vakia Harris misses a floater. This is a crucial stretch of the game as Asia Durr is out and the Pistols are actually extending their lead a little bit.
Again, strong defense inside by Harris. There's Johnson. She's got the last couple buckets for the Pistols. Can't get that one to go. Here's Harris.
And that last finish was one of those plays where a young Erica Cassell wanted to go with her right hand. Got to get a little bit more confidence with that left, turning over that right shoulder. and just finish that right over the rim with your left hand. I think it's interesting that Kurt Pointer has selected to take both Victoria Cook and his daughter Kayla Pointer out at the same time. I think you would want one of those kids in to initiate the offense, with Akia Harris being much more of a scoring-minded guard.
You know, but that's one of those things when you watch this team, elite team play, and what Coach Pointer does, you know, mention the fact that he takes his daughter out. It's one of those, he's got as much faith, or demands as much faith and trust in all the players on the team to be able to step in, whether it's late game situation or early. So as they begin to progress and get older, and you talk about trying to win a national championship, or be it Boo possibly next year, you know, in that older division, that's one of the things that he's working towards.
For sure.
Nasia Woolfolk goes down hard there on that play. We've already got PSB training staff over there, make sure she's okay. She's going to be helped up.
You got to give her a lot of credit. Got to give her a lot of credit on that drive. She just kind of put her head down and got all the way to the rim, made an athletic play.
I've been impressed with Woolfolk. Beyond her being a player that shares a lot of the scoring load for her high school team, I've been impressed with a lot of the little things she's done throughout this game, the way she's hedged on certain screens when it comes to Durr. Also being able to pass the ball and really put the pressure on the defense. Solid player to watch, man.
I agree 100%.
You know, one thing I'm looking around, you talk about a lot of our, you know, our Team PSB events that we have host, and we have players like Asia Durr here, you know, or Taya Cooper later on, that when you look around the gym at these games, all the other players, the younger players, are all sitting around the gym watching. They're on both baselines. On the right side of the corner over here is packed. Got all FBC team is over here.
No, and I mean, in addition to that, you talk about Ella Mebian from South Carolina is here watching. Jasmine Jenkins from Vanderbilt. Kayla Davis and Drea Carter are here watching. You know, AJ Davis, who plays at Tennessee on the men's side, is here with one of his teammates. I mean, there's definitely a good Autumn Newby. There's a rebound. Oh, nice pass with a blocked shot. But to finish that point, there's definitely almost a pay it forward feel where it's like, yeah, I've gone on to college, but I'm coming back to support and to see what's coming next.
Most definitely. Harris, the floater. Johnson Graham working inside. Last touch by the Pistols. It'll stay with Pointer Elite.
Big three there. I think that was a three. Two. Big two there from Morrison. They needed that one with Asia Durr back on the floor. I like this Morrison on Asia Durr matchup. Morrison's the kind of kid that's not going to back down to anybody.
Baseline drive by Eason.
Eason with an athletic play. Imagine a guard like that in the Ivy League.
There's Morrison. Back out top to Harris. Now Lewis has it.
You know, you've had on two back-to-back possessions, big defensive, just a presence from India Jones out of Brookwood. She's getting some big minutes, especially with Victoria Harris over on the bench in foul trouble.
For sure. For sure. That's kind of what Laney Martin had in mind when he added her to this roster, playing the role of GM with Georgia Pistols.
Autumn Newby again doing a great job of sealing off inside. She'll go to the line to shoot too.
Autumn Newby has been big. Just energy, activity, all the little things. As her skill set develops and she becomes more comfortable catching the ball on the block and kind of making some primary moves as a scorer, she could be a very, very nice prospect.
Meredith Schulte, number 12, checks back into the game for the Pistols. Madison Newby gets a breather. Gotta appreciate the level of competition these PSB events can provide for the participating teams. And you got another championship appearance for Team Pointer Elite. They had Central Florida Elite in the Spring Showdown Championship, and now you come here and you play a Georgia Pistols team with Asia Durr and the pieces that they've got. Some great games here that can really help you build towards a July.
For sure, for sure. You know, I think one of the reasons why Atlanta basketball has been so good versus some of the other areas in the country, our kids consistently play against each other. You know, it's kind of that metal on metal. You know, what's it? Iron sharpens iron. That's what it's saying is.
Yes, sir.
And the iron is definitely getting sharpened. As you see that double team at Asia Durr, as Akia Harris backs off just for a second.
There's Woolfolk.
Oh.
Nice job of waiting for Easton to commit to her and dropping it off. Those have been the type of things that we've seen Woolfolk do in this game. Even though the foul was called there. Corner three for Lewis is no good. Loose ball, not loose for long as Morrison snatches it away. Drops it off for Jada Lewis, who gets to do.
You know, you were talking about the little things. Woolfolk got in there. She's the one that tipped it, that allowed for Morris to get the offensive rebound and create that bucket. Just the energy she brings.
One of the things you're not going to do, you're not going to out-hustle Kenesha Morris.
No, won't happen.
You might be a better player. You're not going to out-hustle her. She's going to bring energy on both sides of the floor, as you see there.
It's going to send Lewis to the free throw line. Chance to add to this narrow two-point advantage that Team Elite Pointer has.
Free throw shooting so crucial at this level of basketball.
As there are 6 players on the floor for Team, well, no, I'm sorry.
They're rotating into the free throw line right as the ref is throwing the ball.
I was going to say, I know we've done quite a few games today, but we haven't done that many. Apologize for the vision there, but we're going to have a timeout. So 5 minutes, 43 seconds left to play in this one. 3-point advantage for Team Pointer Elite. And again, you just see the battle of attrition when it comes to Asia Durr and what she's had to do just to be able to move the ball from left to right against this team.
And I go back to, she's with her playing so many minutes at the point. How many times today have we seen Tierica Easton or Madison Newby create plays for Asia Durr? Like, there needs to be times, if you're the Pistols, where Durr is getting easy baskets because somebody else has made the play, we drew up a set. You know, today it's been Durr going 1-on-2 and really just being a very good basketball player at the times when she scored. For them to win and for this next 5 minutes and 43 seconds, there's got to be a couple times where she gets easy baskets because of a set or, you know, Tierica Easton making a play.
This is not a Team Pointer Elite team that lets one very good basketball player beat them. And you can ask Taya Cooper and Destiny Walker from earlier in the year. Eason gets it into Henry. Back to Eason. 3 from the corner for Durr, no good. Victoria Harris. That pass is knocked away from Eason. Here comes Akia Harris.
Ooh, it was one-handed.
There's your Woolfolk.
Woolfolk has had a day here today, folks. And again, that's Durr being a really good basketball player, dribbling through traffic, weaving. You know, she had that 3 in the corner that she missed, but there hasn't been, like, can we get her a down screen? Can we get her a post up? Is there something we can do to get her the ball at a scoring spot without her having to make plays?
Yeah, I like that, the double ball screen action they did right at the end of the first half.
Yeah, we've seen that once.
She's teaching a lesson in composure.
Like Team Elite has gone now about almost 5 minutes now with both Cook and Pointer and Cassell and Newby for about the last 3.5 minutes on the bench. So, you know, Coach Pointer definitely has a lot of faith in his whole team, which is something, if you know that you're not starting, you know that you're still going to get the burn in the game regardless.
Exactly. And to be honest, this second unit has done a very good job as Akia Harris misses that layup attempt but gets the rebound.
Lewis for three. No good, but you got to work on the inside for Pointer Elite to get it out to Morrison.
Not to beat on a dead horse, but the Pistols, the older team there, giving up multiple offensive rebounds. There was just simply no box out on that last shot. Just a backside rebound that went straight to a Team Elite player.
You know, I can just imagine what these Team Elite practices are like with these two groups going against each other.
Iron on iron.
No kidding. Harris up top. Morrison going to turn the corner, kick it to Dooley. Right back out as they run a good minute off the clock.
Look at the poise from the younger team. The younger team is the team that's showing the poise, showing the patience, making the Pistols work, taking care of the ball. I mean, that was a beautiful summer basketball possession.
Yeah.
Multiple offensive rebounds. Every kid on the floor touched the ball, had a chance there were a couple chances to take decent shots, but they passed up on a decent shot to get a very good look at the rim.
You know, we talked about Morris. She actually on that dribble handoff did a little bump screen on Durr, so Lewis was able to get into the paint and make that play.
And they ran a minute plus off of the clock there as well. So they now have a 5-point advantage. Raven Johnson has it. It's it to Harris.
Is that a near turnover there? And the Pistols, Team Elite still keeping 4 of their quote-unquote better players on the bench with 3:29 left in this game. I may have spoke too soon.
As Tori Cook, number 2, and number 3, Kayla Pointer, check back into the game. Great job by Lewis.
Great job by
Harris.
both of them. Both of them did great.
I think what Harris did a good job that the box score might not indicate is we see Asia Durr. Morrison a little bit lax on that possession there, but not close enough. And Durr knocks the 3 down.
Asia Durr will keep you honest.
You know, that's with now Satora Cook coming back in. Will they make the switch on defense and put her on Durr, you know, being a fresher defender?
Yeah, it looks like what they'll do.
Durr just knocked down a 3 to bring the Pistols to within 2.
Again, Cook gets that screen and just dies. She's got to fight over the top of that screen.
You know, that's one of those things as a staff, I know that's something you'll be sure that when you see her later on today, you'll make mention of that to her. So she's able to grow and develop.
Exactly.
She's trying to size up where all the Team Pointer Elite defenders were, and meanwhile, one was coming and taking the ball. Newby gets a hand on that one's going to be last touch by the Pistols.
Cassell and Newby get up to check in, and if you're the Pistols, you've got to feel good, not great, but good about where you are right now as Madison Newby gets called for that foul, stepping out on that handoff. But we talked about 2 plays that the Pistols ran early. That corner handoff with Durr and Eason, and then and then that high ball screen. We've seen neither in this second half.
Johnson attacking.
Wow. Again, it's been Asia Durr just being Asia Durr.
You know, she's not getting frustrated in situations. She's going to get on the offensive glass, three-point play. Now we're looking right here in the last 2 minutes and how close the game is. And we talked about who else would you want to have the ball in their hands.
Nobody.
You know, this is a lot when you look at maybe that class last year. Kayla Davis was a player. You know, I remember watching her at Battle in the Borough, same type situation.
Exactly.
Even as a junior.
Exactly.
Morrison with it.
You know, and at the same time, if you're the team elite, Erica Cassell really hasn't left, had a huge impact on this game. Who's going to be the kid that scores that ball for you in this situation?
Newbie trying to get a 5-second count. And she does just that.
I don't know if that was a good call there, but I'm not going to be Jeff Van Gundy on the refs. She looked to have created separation, and when she was headed towards the rim, that to me would have warranted a recount, but who am I? High ball screen here. Got it. I haven't liked the way Cook has guarded the ball screen at all today.
No, I mean, and she ends up getting called underneath because then...
And you can't go underneath on a kid that shoots the ball as well as Asia Durr does.
Because Harris is resealing it. So it's like she's getting screened twice every time.
Back tap there by Newbie.
You know, when you look now here late in the game, you know, you've been talking about pistols are getting Durr an easier look, you know, and now she's getting easy looks the last 3 times down the floor.
Settle inside the Newbie. Nice defense by Durr to be able to rip that one away. Unfortunately, Cassell saves it to Cook. Corner out to Morrison, 3.
Wow! We talked about Morrison all day. What a big shot. And Asia Durr clearly pushes off there.
You know, I feel like every championship game we've got with Team Elite is always like this. You know, 1 or 2 point game going in last couple seconds. Even their semifinal game today, same thing.
And that was how it was Caleb Pointer with the shot. That was how they won an 8th grade in the AAU National Championship. Late game, they're actually playing against Team Wisconsin with Enrique Ogunwale, number 8 prospect in the country right now. We'll be playing with North Tartan this year. But it was Team Elite versus Wisconsin Playground, and Caleb Pointer stepped up with like 8 seconds left and knocks down a 3 to put them up 2. And they ended up winning the 8th grade AAU National, the 9th grade AAU National Championship.
I remember I was actually watching that. That game was broadcast on ESPNU, I believe, or through line, and I watched that game online to watch Erica Cassell.
Big 3-pointer there by Morrison from the corner. Durr gets called for the offensive foul, so it'll be Team Elite's ball out of the timeout.
Now, if you're the Pistols, there's no reason to panic here. You know, I would foul right away, try to extend this game, make it multiple possessions. If you've got a kid like Asia Durr, 2-point game is of no concern. There you see Newbie getting the foul. Send Caleb Pointer to the line. Let's see, it's 1-1 here. So if she misses the front end of the 1-1, you're in great shape.
You know what I like about Asia Durr, and you talk about her composure. They've called that foul on her for shoving off, comes out of timeout, goes to the ref, very calm, just asking about it. Ref gives her explanation. She nods her head and just goes and plays basketball.
Exactly. No outburst, didn't show anybody up. She knows the game is still alive. There's still a chance for her to, as they missed that free throw. And it's time for Durr to go to work.
We're going to get that ball screen action.
Tough.
It's that trip to the free throw line there.
Again, I think Victoria Cook has done a great job today, and some of that is on Kirk Pointer and his coaching staff. How do they want to guard that ball screen? But I don't know that I want to force her. I would want to force her to use that ball screen, go to your weak hand, as Durr's at the line, knocks down the first one. Use that ball screen, go to your weak hand. Let's trap it. Let's get the ball out of your hands. Let's do something other than for hedging and going under, which is what we've basically done all day. Dirk calmly knocks down both free throws.
You got a 39-39 ball game.
You know, you look here with 18 seconds, very similar to the semifinal game with Team Elite actually shot it. They had about 30 seconds left, held the ball, shot with about 14 seconds left. Almost cost them the game before Cook actually stole the ball diving on the floor. So you look in this situation, is he reminding them, hey guys, I know we won the semifinal game. Remember, we're trying to get the last shot. We don't want to give Asia Durr a shot at the end of the game.
Agreed. And then again, if you're the Pistols, do you trap here? Do you try to throw some type of junk defense at them to confuse them? Like, what if Watkins, if you're in that huddle, what do you do defensively?
I mean, me personally, back in my coaching days, it's this. I'd probably put a little three-quarter. I mean, this court's smaller, but if you're on a full court, I go a little three-quarter token pressure. So they can't get into a rhythm and what they're going to run down here. You want to try to take away whatever set they've drawn down here.
Right.
I like the thought of the token pressure because, like you said, it doesn't allow them to just set up in rhythm. But you want to make sure you balance that out and you don't put yourself in a position to where the speedsters of a Morrison or a Pointer or a Cook can be in a position to get a quick, easy bucket.
You know, whatever they've got drawn up, if it's good, you know, Jonathan Hemingway will be sure that he gets it on CoachHemmy.com, your source for X's and O's.
Hey, that's where all the coaches go, man.
Looks like we've got straight man-to-man, no trap. 9 seconds left. Kirk Pointer's calling a timeout.
I like that. You see the development in coaches. It's all, people watch a lot of NBA, obviously. You know, you get it in, at least get the ball where you can get a half court, now get another set in. Whether you try to score off the side inbounds or get it in and then get, you know, whether it be a ball screen action or honestly put the ball in Pointer's hands and let her get in and make a play like she did at the end of the last game.
This is what's interesting about that scenario, though. And at the higher level of basketball, the easier it is to inbound, sideline out of bounds. It's hard for kids at this level to inbound, sideline out of bounds because usually they run straight to the corner and they're not strong enough to get out of that corner and they trap it. And it'll be interesting to see if that's what the Pistols would like to do, if they play it honest. I know this, the way Team Elite has handled pressure in this game, if they get that initial trap, and they don't get a steal, you're now 4-on-3 on the backside, and Team Elite is taking advantage of all the pressure that the Pistols have thrown at them today.
Actually, look at the lineup we've now got in. He actually made some substitutions.
He went small. It looks like there won't be any pressure. Just straight man.
Guarded by Dirk.
It's a zone. It's a 3-2 zone for the win.
You know, I'll be honest with you, that was very reminiscent had they been a man-to-man. When they were playing it out of Power 48 in the championship game, where it looks like they were trying to go high post and let her catch and rip and go to the rim. That's how they actually won the Power 48 at the buzzer this summer.
Yeah, that's not the shot that Coach Pointer wanted. It nearly fell. That's definitely not the shot he wanted. So we've got some bonus basketball here.
And I know it's sudden death, which, in all honesty, that's unfortunate because I wouldn't mind watching 5 more minutes of this.
Sounds like we got some excitement over there. If y'all are listening to the background, looks like Pistols Diamond maybe, or one of the Pistols Diamond programs just wanted the buzzer on the other end.
It's the great thing about AAU basketball. It's always another court.
You know, while we've got this moment, you know, you definitely want to check out ProspectsNation.com where we broadcast all these games. Chris Hansen has done a fantastic job in designing a page for our Prospects Nation TV Live. We're able to see all these games whether you're watching live, you know, or you can go back and watch the archive broadcast. One of the fantastic things about the Team PSB events, the players, you know, college coaches can see these broadcast players. If they play well, they can email it out to a coach. Their parents can watch it, grandparents. You know, just one of the great things we bring to you here at these PeachStateBasketball.com events.
Exactly.
No doubt, man. When it comes to Prospects Nation TV, I feel like Chris Paul on the fast break. I got DeAndre Jordan on one side. I got Blake Griffin on the other. I can just lob it up, you know.
Lob City.
The rest is taken care of. Now, hopefully, whoever DeAndre Jordan is, you know, hopefully they don't send that guy to the free throw line, because then we might be in trouble. Hopefully the lob just goes as planned.
I don't know, man. That guy, they say that guy might be the next Bill Russell if you listen to his coach. At least he makes him think he is.
Sudden death here. So first bucket wins.
If that had gotten in Asia Durr's hand, it would have been trouble.
Yeah.
Hand off. Hand off.
You really got to feel like in either one of these situations, whoever got the ball was just going to win. I think, just like you said, if the Pistols had gotten that tip and you get the ball in the hands of Durr, it's essentially a Pistols win.
For sure.
A lot of speed there on the floor for Team Point Elite. Hard to keep a player like Cook getting in the free throw line. She's going to be fouled. She's going to end it there. And your Stephen Peck PSB Bracket Champions, Team Pointer Elite. Another PSB tournament championship. Fellas, closing thoughts.
I hate sudden death overtime. It would have been fun to watch that for 2 minutes and see what adjustments people had. But you know, you got to understand the nature of the beast. It's a showcase basketball. There's always another game. And Watkins, what do you think?
You know, I think walking away from that game, even though the Pistols didn't win, you walk away impressed with Asia Durr. Even though Team Elite is a younger team, those are Division I guards that are guarding her at a high level that you'll see playing at a high level in college. And she still came out and produced even late in the game when her team needed her.
Exactly, exactly.
So that's going to do it for this one. Marcus Burnett joined by Kyle Moore and Chris Watkins. Be sure to stick with us on Prospects Nation TV as we bring you the Brandon Clay PSB Bracket Championship at 5:10. Thanks for watching Prospects Nation TV. Any gym is home.
Yo, that was a good three-man.